Hello, welcome to Billy Bob's Album of the Month. This month for June 2023, I am featuring Julian Curwin's album Second Sight. It is it's a 2022 release. That's a follow-up to the Midnight Lullaby album that he put out in 2020. They're both fucking phenomenal, and I highly recommend you check them out if you have yet to do so. But I took a minute to talk to Julian about not only these two albums, but all his myriad of other projects. This guy has so many albums out, and we cover a lot of bases in this short interview. Including his new release, Golden Stranger, which is due out this month on the 2nd. Be sure to like and subscribe, and hit that bell thing, and leave comments and all them other things, because it helps my channel out. And go check out his record label on Bandcamp, Romero Records. It not only does it feature his mini albums, but it also is the home of Umlaut, Bear McKinnon's project. So be sure to check all that out as well. We're going to segue right into the video here in a second. Enjoy.
White room with black curtains near the station. Black roof country, no gold pavements, tired starlings.
Tell me a bit about how you first got into music.
I started very young. I started, my parents got me into it. They were both musical. I was 3 years old, and they asked me and my sister what we wanted to play, and she wanted to play the piano and I wanted to play the violin. So we did that for a bit, and the rest, as they say, the rest is history.
So you still frequent the violin, do you?
I don't. No, I moved through that and countless other instruments to get to what I do now. I mean, I'll fiddle around with it occasionally. I'll play it occasionally, but pretty much sticking with the guitar, the banjo, the keys, various synths and stuff. So yeah.
Word. Tell me a bit about Tango Saloon. I love Tango Saloon. Especially that first release, right? Tell me a bit about that band.
Well, that first release was very it was a bit of an experiment, because I hadn't really done anything anything much before. Like I played with a few other bands, but that was my attempt to make an album all my own. And I was listening to a lot of Ennio Morricone and a little bit of tango, and for some reason I decided the title should have tango in it, even though the main thing was really Ennio Morricone. I just invited a whole lot of people that I was playing with, like, to come and play on the album, and everyone just came along for the ride. And yeah, so that first one, still, like, I listened back to it, and it's a bit weird. Like, it's kind of like, oh, okay, that was me just throwing everything at the wall and seeing what's stuck. And then, yeah, I assume you've heard the other albums, and they've sort of smoothed out a little, and a little bit more. The last one had some songs on it, even. So it's changed quite a bit over the years.
Would you call it the sister band Mango Balloon?
Sure, let's call it that. Yeah, originally was it just an attempt, like, because the Tango Saloon has, well, at least 8 people at any given moment playing live. So yeah, it was an attempt to just do something smaller because it was just so hard to manage. And originally we were just playing the Tango Saloon pieces with the smaller lineup, and then I just started writing for it and wrote, I don't know, I guess 4 albums worth, because that's how many albums we released. Yeah, so slightly lighter tropical sort of flavors and Latin flavors. I mean, I assume you've heard it, but for the other people watching and listening, I'm just explaining. I'll explain for them. Yes.
Tell me a bit about I don't know. You have so many to choose from here on my list of bands right here.
Sorry. I get restless.
Yeah.
I always need to be doing something.
Yeah, quite an extensive discography. Quite extensive. Pigeon Laundry. That's a fun project.
We're gonna go there. Okay. Yes. So yeah, Pigeon Laundry is a duo project of me and a violinist, Shenzo Gregorio, or Shenton Gregory, as he is actually named. And we were doing a lot of touring with various bands, and just backstage we would just fiddle around, like just do the stupidest thing, like musically, that you could come up with. And every time we would do it, we would go, this is something we should be doing. And it was a joke, really. And other band members were sort of joining in and laughing. And then, yeah, it took probably about 10 years later, I was just like, let's just set up some mics and just play. And so, yeah, we played for a couple of days, just literally putting like a mic not even that close to any instrument, just, oh yeah, there's a mic there. At one point he decided he wanted to record the kitchen sink, like, and bang on it with spoons and stuff. So yeah, all sorts of stupid ideas, and yeah, just edit it together. And like, not a lot of editing, but just a few, just some things to clean it up. And it turned out, I think the album actually is quite a fun, exciting little album for me. And hopefully anyone who listens to it enjoys it too.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you.
And the fantastic, terrific Munkle. That was a fun album as well. Yeah, tell me about that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's sort of, technically that band still exists, but we haven't really done anything for a few years. So yeah, I guess that was my attempt to do jazz, but very not jazz, like sort of like a little bit of punk, a little bit of like, but yeah, pretty dinky sort of swing sounds. Yeah, so like me on banjo and guitar, Sam Golding on trumpet and tuba, Danny Heifetz on drums, and Martin Kay on clarinet. So a very unorthodox jazz lineup, I guess. But yeah, it's fun, and yeah, it definitely had its own sound. That we, like, you know, we would just, like, when writing, we just knew exactly, oh yeah, that's definitely a tune for this band. Like, it's not for any other band.
But yeah, Cannibal Spiders. You have what is it? 3 releases by Cannibal Spiders, and all 3 of them have been really fun. Especially your latest one, the Surf EP.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, tell me about that project.
Yeah, that, yeah. I guess I put like the way that I'm answering these questions, it strikes me that I put projects together because I feel like I'm missing something in another project. So for that one, it was kind of like, oh yeah, I really want to just play, like just rock a little bit, like get a bit heavy and so yeah, originally the four of us went into a room and just started playing, and I was hoping that would like, oh yeah, we'll just play for a couple of hours and go, yeah, this is cool, and it was cool, but we didn't actually end up with like, oh yeah, we've got an album now, like after 3 hours in the studio. But yeah, it was just a chance to just have fun and play some rock music, surf rock music, I guess, surf punk rock music. Again, technically not a completely defunct band, but members are all over the place, so could take a little bit to get it back together.
And let's talk about the Midnight Lullaby. I featured that. What was it? Almost 2 years ago.
It must be 2 years ago.
Yeah. It's been a minute, but which we covered a lot of this information back then, but it was still in text format. And this is for the YouTube, right? So
yeah. Thanks for doing that, by the way.
Changing it up a bit. So tell me about Midnight Lullaby, because I love that album. It was chill, and it just put me where I needed to be sometimes, you know?
Well, that's exactly what I was going for. I was trying, yeah. So I mean, I guess it sort of stemmed from doing writing a few pieces that were in that style, like had a lullaby-ish, dark, nighttime quality, and yeah, it just felt like I need to do more of this and make a full album of it, like to let people like you chill out and sleep, and hopefully put people to sleep in a good way rather than the usual bad way. Yeah, and then it was just a few people that the three people who played on that album were people that I'd been sort of talking to, doing other little projects with, and so it just came together very nicely with Jess Jumper on percussion, Lloyd Thornton on double bass, and Stu Hunter on the piano and other keyboards. Yeah.
Yeah. So surprisingly, I didn't always use it to sleep. Sometimes work would get really stressful, and it's a good thing to put on the because I deliver mail, right? And so I'm out there, and I got a little speaker in my front pocket all day long, and some days it's really stressful, and I'll put that on to chill it all out. And
that's nice.
Step back, you know.
That's also good.
And then it was listed, well, I don't know where I read it, but Second Sight was considered the follow-up album to...
Certainly is.
Tell me a bit about that album, because I love that one.
I saw that some people, there were at least, half a dozen people who liked Midnight Lullaby. So, yeah, a few people liked it. So you know me, as you've said, I'm very prolific and I have a lot of albums and stuff. So immediately I just went, I'm going to write another album. And it was like I was inspired. So it didn't take, I guess it took about 6 months or so, or 6 to 8 months to put together the material for it, and then obviously a little bit longer to record. But yeah, I feel like it's in the same vein, maybe a little bit darker. It has a little bit of a more Ennio Morricone, the 70s giallo, the horror thriller sound occasionally. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm seeing things where they're not, but yeah, that's what I see in some of those tracks.
Yeah, it's there. I see it. I see what you're going for. Yeah. And let's move on to Silver Beats. You have 4 EPs out now for that, like quite prolific since you came out with that.
I don't know if there's going to be more, but it sort of came out. Yeah, that's a project that came out of lockdown, like the coronavirus lockdown. I just wanted to keep making music and couldn't really meet up with too many people, so started working just all on the computer. It very quickly became that sound, that 80s, what's it called, synthwave sort of thing, like that I guess has been made popular by Drive, the movie Drive, and Stranger Things, I guess, is another one that's helped people revisit that kind of style. I just kept wanting to do it. So four EPs pretty quickly. I don't know if I have much more in me, but maybe it's like, because I just assume if I haven't written something in 2 days, then it's not it's not going to happen anymore. But I'd like to do more of it. Perhaps like there's been one piece or two one and a bit pieces with singing, so maybe I'd like to have some more singers on some future Silver Beats. So yeah, putting the feelers out. Anyone who sees this video and wants to sing on it, I've really opened myself up there, haven't I?
Yeah. So let's move on to your current project you got going on, Golden Strangers, don't you? It's about to drop on June 2nd.
That is correct. In fact, I mean, I don't know when this video is going to go up, but today, as we film this, the single is coming out, which is Black Widow. So yeah, people can find that on Spotify and all the good streamers and stuff. But the album is coming out June 2nd, as you said. This is my attempt to actually have a band that goes out and plays live a bit more, because the others are quite difficult to. Other projects are quite difficult to get together. As I say, it's like people living all over the place and having too many members and all that sort of thing. This is just a quartet playing Morricone-ish, Tarantino-ish sort of music. I play mostly banjo, a little bit of melodica. We also have pedal steel, Ollie Thorpe on pedal steel, Brendan Clark on bass, and Jamie Cameron on drums. And there is a bit of singing occasionally as well. Yeah, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so far, and hopefully we'll continue to.
The funneling of trophies, the knowledge of losing. Can you afford that luxury? I'm just keep my mouth shut.
Awesome. We've managed to cover a lot of ground in a relatively short amount of time. There's one more thing I want to touch base on before I bounce off of here. Once you told me that no one would be interested, but I disagree. The Tribute of the Year, there was once a release called Tribute of the Year that was a Faith No More tribute that featured an album, a song by Germ Theory. Tell me a bit about that.
Why? I saw. I don't know why. There's no good answer to this. I just saw that it was happening, and I think I saw it on a bulletin board or something back in the day. I can't even remember what this was. It must be like 20 plus years ago.
It came out.
So I was like, I could do that. Okay. So I was like, I like Faith No More. I could do something. I don't think, I haven't heard it in a while, but I don't think what we did was any good. But very different to everything that everything we've talked about in this interview so far. I think I was just trying to be the loudest, weirdest, silliest song version of the Faith No More song that I could think of. Thinking that would be cool, but I don't think it was that cool. But anyway, if anyone finds it, hopefully you enjoy it.
I found it. It's still out there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you shouldn't be too ashamed. Everyone loves Faith No More, you know?
Yeah, everyone loves Faith No More.